Hey guys, welcome to week 3 notes and lecture. And this week's notes and lecture are on your second required piece for your professional portfolio. So your second piece is a generic civil service exam application. For other classes, they just have a generic job application that they would put in their portfolios, but because almost everything in criminal justice requires a civil service exam first, we're going to fill that application out. And all of these things that we're doing are like for real. Like you would be able to use this to copy from it when you go to fill out an actual civil service exam application. When you're going to take a test, you got to fill out the application. You have this one as a sample to kind of follow so that you do it properly and what have you. So this is due this Friday. This is your homework, but it's required in that professional portfolio. So again, it's like these homeworks, these first 4 weeks of homeworks in CJ2 are really critical. It's not optional to do this because you could not have it done on Friday and take a 0 and then get it done later. Okay, the 0 is still going to be in the book, right? Because it's due when it's due, unless you had some, really extenuating circumstance because you have a whole week to do this in. But you still have to get it done one way or another if you want the technical endorsement on your diploma, because this is one of those required pieces. So, civil service application. You're going to make a copy, just like you did last week with the reference sheet. You're going to make a copy of the PDF exam application that was shared with you. So same process. You're going to go to the shared with me, or I may put this right into Classroom and you can go from there. But you need to make a copy and move the copy to your drive, from the drive to your name folder, from the name folder to your portfolio folder. I know it's like several steps, but that's how you're going to get it there. Remember, anything outside your name folder, I can't see because that's your drive under your account. The name folder, I can see what's inside of it because I created that folder for you. I'm the owner of the folder. But regardless, it's a graded assignment. It goes in the portfolio folder. You're going to rename it to last name application. Okay? After you've done that, you're going to open with DocHub. And you should remember this because we used this for your arrest reports and incident reports last year. This is the app that we use to edit PDFs. Okay, so open it in DocHub, and you can just right-click on it and open it with DocHub. So once that's open, you're going to keep it open, but then you're going to open a new tab. Right, so this is what it'll look like here. You're going to open up a new tab, and then, yeah. The first thing is go to this website, and I showed you these last year. Maybe it didn't really stick, or it didn't wasn't that familiar or maybe you didn't care that much because you were so much farther away from actually using these websites, but you're getting closer and closer to actually using these websites. This is the New York State Civil Service website. This is where you find out about civil service tests that are going to be given. So the web address here, it's www.cs.ny.gov. And that should bring you right to this page, and you're going to see job seekers, state exams. And I'd like you to take a look, see what they've got. With COVID and the pandemic, a lot of the exams that they had scheduled got canceled, and they're just waiting, and they're going to reschedule those exams at a later date when it's safer for everybody to, go and be together in these rooms taking these tests. There may not be much there now. This is this website, you have to check this, I would say, at least once a week, because they're, once a week they're adding new tests. So I would like you to check it, see if there's anything on it. Obviously, a lot of jobs might require you to have more education and more experience than you have right now. But you're going to fill these documents out as if you have graduated high school. Like, June has come and gone. It's beyond graduation. So you are a high school graduate. There are entry-level jobs with the state and local government that you could get with a high school diploma. We just have to, I don't know if there's going to be any for you right now, but I'd like you to take a look. And I have a screenshot here. This was on this day that I took this screenshot. These were all of the exams that were scheduled to be given. And I'm not even sure. I think I don't even know if there's a criminal justice one on here. It's just I think I just wanted to show you what the I'm showing the arrow here as a tentative exam, because you can click on the current listing, and then the tentative means what's coming up. All right. So these were coming up as tests that were going to be given. Corrections officer trainee and training specialist 2 for CPS. I'd just like you to see if there's anything in there that you could use for your civil service application. In addition to tests for the state, you can also find out about local exam announcements. So that would be the City of Troy, City of Albany, Rensselaer County. Those are local. And if you click that, you should get a listing. Well, actually, you get this map. And then if you click the county that you want to look in, then it should bring up whatever listings they have. And again, these are old screenshots. Whatever is here doesn't mean that's what's on the website now. But I have Rensselaer County, where you live, actually on this map, it's not active. They don't let you click it, but I know it does for Albany County and some of these others. But so if you wanted to go to Rensselaer County directly on the web, just go to www.rensco.com, and that's going to bring you to this page. And then you have to kind of read and look, and employment exam schedule and employment exam schedule. So you would click those two menus and see what comes up. There should be a listing. But again, because of COVID, stuff might be canceled right now. But these are the civil service websites you're going to need. You're doing this now for a homework assignment, but once you graduate, you're probably going to need to check these if you stay with wanting to get into the criminal justice field, because most of our jobs are going to be civil service. So this is at the local level. And the next website is federal jobs, because they also have civil service. This is where you go to find out about that. www.usajobs.gov. Now, you know what? You can have fun. Have fun with your application homework. Pick anywhere in the country you think you might want to go. I mean, I want you to make it realistic, like fill it out seriously, like it has to be a job you are qualified for now, but pick anywhere in the country that you want to go. You can put it in by city, state, or zip code. You could put a keyword in to search for jobs, see what comes up. Okay. If you don't find a job or an exam that you could use for your application, then you'll have to make up the information. But as I said, it must be realistic. And you will use this application as a sample to fill out real ones in the future, as I said. So this is the top part of the application. You are going to make up a street address, a city, and phone number. And try to keep your font size consistent throughout the application. And again, Arial size 12, if it'll fit. There might be some areas where 12 is too big. So make up, if they don't have it, if you didn't find a test that you could take, make up an exam number. So just 1, 2, 3, and a date that the exam is going to be given, and what is the name of the test. And usually it's the title of the job that you're applying for. So I just put police officer. And then you leave this part blank, human resources. That's not for you. The next area here is asking for your social security number. And this should be your actual social security number. If you don't want to have that printed out in your portfolio, that's fine. You can make up a number, but you will need to know that number and have that number for every job application that you fill out. But again, if it might be handy to have it on here if you're going to use it to copy onto a real one that you might use in the future. But you're going to need this social security number for certifications. That you earn in my class. So, as I said, if you don't want to put it here, that's fine. Make one up, but don't leave it blank. We never leave blanks. So the next area on this application, it says these sections are self-explanatory. Read them carefully and fill out appropriately. So your name, right? But notice last, first, middle initial. Again, attention to detail. Your street address, and it can get tricky with your text boxes on the Doc Hub to get it lined up, but just play with it to make it look nice. Residency, how long have you lived at this address? Do you live in a village? If you don't, leave it blank. Do you live in a town? If you don't, leave it blank. We all live in a county. And we all live in New York State, and you know what your school district is, and it's asking you for the number of years and number of months that you've lived at that address. And obviously, if you don't know exactly the number of months, you can round it to the closest figure. It does want your phone number. Make sure you put area code. And box 6 is asking about if you're a veteran at this point in your life. You're not. So you can click I do not wish to claim veteran credit. The special arrangements, if there's a religious holiday that may be occurring on the date of your exam and you need a special accommodation, or you are a disabled person, you would check those boxes. But obviously I just got done saying you don't leave blanks. Well, you do leave a blank if it doesn't apply. So these sections are also self-explanatory. Read carefully, fill out appropriately. Checking yes or no, and they're asking you a number of questions here. Were you ever fired? Did you ever resign rather than being fired? Have you ever gotten a dishonorable discharge from the military? Have you ever been convicted of a crime? And that means felony or misdemeanor. Are you now under charges for any crime? And it goes on. And if, read these and fill them out properly. And this next section on this application is your security guard license. We are filling this out as if it is June 2019. But you actually wouldn't have a license number yet because you would still have to go to the licensing department and pay the money to do that. But you could put security guard, New York State security guard, in the trade profession box. And, you would have gotten it in Troy, New York. And, but then it says, if not currently licensed, check this box. So you would do that. Okay. So this is your education, and we are a technical school. So you should fill this out, this section, in this way. Name and location of school. Questar 3, Troy, New York. Notice Roman numeral 3, not number 3. We don't have the street address. Troy, New York is fine. Dates of attendance. Obviously, for you guys, it's not 2017, but 09, 2019 to 06, 2021. Course or major, criminal justice, number of credits received. If you pass all 8 quarters, you get 8 credits. Degree received, technical endorsement, and I abbreviated it because it wouldn't all fit, but technical endorsement. And then, of course, the date of your degree is 06/2021. So it's really important to take credit for this. Where are we at? So continuing on down this application, this is about your employment history. These sections are self-explanatory. Read carefully and fill out appropriately. Have you had a job? Do you work? Where have you worked? How long have you been there? Etc. And of course, if you have questions, I will help you. But you need to ask these questions before it's due so that you get it filled out the right way perfectly for when it's due so you can get a 100. And this next section here, you're not going to be able to sign it until after I print it. When I print it, then you can sign and date it. And this will go in your professional portfolio. But of course, I'm not printing it unless it's perfect. And that's it. That's the last slide. So that's the whole application. Just let me know if you have questions. I would like you to see if there's any exams that you could apply for. And if there isn't, just make one up. Okay? All right. I guess that's it. Bye.